Hello, everyone. I want to say I am so excited we got through the Stay Salt book. We got through all 14 chapters. And what I'm going to do now is just kind of share with you some notes from the conclusion and a word to leaders. But first, I wanted to just say thank you guys so much for joining with me. I know it wasn't the perfect Bible study, and I know I probably have been criticized for the mispronunciation of words, or how I tried to bring it forward. But that's okay, because God knows my heart and He knows my intentions. And I'm sure those who are more advanced Christians over me, you know what I was trying to say, and you know the point that I was trying to make. So we just have to, I have to learn not to be so hard on myself, as well as my fellow, Christian friends and family members, to also not be so hard on me, and take that example of how Jesus dealt with the Samaritan woman again, and how you can deal with me. This is my first time doing this, so I'm quite sure I'll get better at it, but this is my first time. But I'm so proud of myself that I did get through the book with all the problems that I was facing and going through. I still push forward with God's with His grace and mercy. I still got through it. He knows my heart, and He knew my heart and what my intentions were. So now I am going to I wanted to bring out this question: why is looking at Jesus so powerful? A lot of our non-believer Christian friends, I should say, not non-believing Christian, but our non-believing Christian friends, may ask us, why is looking at Jesus so powerful? Because Jesus is so much more than 4 points of a gospel summary. Jesus is delightful. He's exasperating and so different from what most people assume. Think about it. When ordinary people met Jesus in His day, they were amazed by His miracles and astonished, by His teaching, and shocked by His claims, and moved by His tenderness to outsiders and outcasts, and stunned by His criticism of the religious. Jesus always astonished and broke people's stereotypes, and He still does today. So that is why He is so powerful. And I wanted to bring that out, if you can remember, because He's an amazing person. I was reading where He cursed a fig tree. And when I read that, and, they heard Him say it, and I said, wow, he had feelings, and, He got frustrated when He cursed the fig tree. He got frustrated, and, He said, may no one ever eat from you again, how He said that. And I had to bring out that point, and I thought, wow, He gets frustrated too. So He understands, everything that we go through and we encounter in life. We have to remember that He's been here on earth, and, He's been through how people can be mean, and how people can be, judgmental, and how people could just be evil. He experienced all that. So, when we encounter that and we experience that, we have to remember He's been here, and He knows, and He does get frustrated. So I wanted to bring that out, but I want to just share this. It's from the conclusion, and I just kind of wanted to say that I tell you, I only got a little bit of minutes. I used to have a lot, and I don't like that. So Jesus warns us that being a witness is not easy or without cost. So, and I wanted to also bring out that, where was it? The Bible is clear that the focus of the church must be not only on maintenance, but also on mission. And the focus of a church's ministers must be not only on the pastoral care of the congregation, but also on equipping its members in evangelism. So I wanted to bring that out, and also to let us celebrate our smallness and walk in the power of the Spirit, because evangelism is rooted in the supernatural power of God. Let us keep learning the truth of the gospel and its profound relevance to everyone we meet, because evangelism is rooted in God's truth. Let us remember that love is the source and the means of reaching others, that nothing can pry open closed or resistant minds and hearts to the gospel more than expressing the love and compassion of Jesus, because evangelism is rooted in God's love. So with whatever time God has allotted each of us, my prayer, her prayer, is that we will strive as never before to be witnesses who are worthy of the one who was and is to come, and who came to earth and sacrificed everything for us and for our salvation. Evangelism is still easier than we think and harder than we imagine. It is both exciting and deadly serious in all that we are, and in all that we do, and in all that we say. Stay salt. So that was the conclusion, and she goes on to share a word to leaders. And this one is it's really good. Some of the points that she tells leaders, of the church, and effective strategy. So if you have this book, I was going to read some of this, but I will just say we need to be patient, to preserve, to train regularly, and to lead by example in our evangelism, doing it all prayerfully. Church leaders show by what they do and say what the priorities of the Christian life are. If evangelism is spoken about and pursued personally and prioritized publicly by the leadership, then over time members catch the vision and start to witness lovingly, authentically, and in dependence upon the Spirit. I tell you, I do not want to say that word right tonight. They discover that they are having good conversations, answering many questions reasonably well, and speaking of Christ, and opening up the Bible with friends and neighbors. And then the church begins to see people coming to faith. At that point, the witness of the church becomes self-perpetuating, confidently prayerful, and truly thrilling, exciting. So if you have this book at home, Stay Salt, by Mrs. Rebecca Manley Pippert. If you have this book, this is a good book to have for your library, and you may even want to study this book with your, a book club in your church, or have it be a Bible study in your church. You really want to get this book, and it's for anyone. All of us can, read this book, whatever, denomination you are. It's still, this book is still to have, and you still, will be able to share your faith, because she uses the Bible. The Bible is very much so talked about. So you want to, if you want to do that, you can do that. So get this book for your library. Any denomination can read this book. Anybody is welcome to read this book, and anybody is welcome to listen to my podcast. I didn't make it for not a certain person or a specific group of people. This is for anyone. Anyone is welcome. And I hope that with every episode that I have shared with you, that you could take something away from it. You could get something in every episode. So my goal is to, when I was reading this book, my goal was to, I wanted to do a study on this book. And I did that, and I'm proud of myself, because to be honest with you, I really didn't think I was going to get through this book, and I didn't want to disappoint those who do listen and are with me. So I'm just so grateful, because, like I said, reading chapter 12 and learning how Jesus dealt with the Samaritan woman, I always read that story, but I never really realized what he said, with her thirsting, she's all in the wrong places, but she's looking for him, looking for that. So that made me think like, wow, I have to stop being so hard on myself. I have to stop thinking that everything has to be perfect. I'm going to make mistakes. Even in this podcast, I want it perfect, but I'm bringing it to you as is. I don't edit. I don't take nothing away. I just, I may redo it or something if it's really, really bad. But if not, I just do it and I give it to you like that in hopes that you can actually listen to what I'm trying to say and get something from it. So, and that lets you know that what I did was from the heart. What I said, was coming to you, coming to you real. I'm giving it to you real and raw. I'm not editing it. I'm not doing nothing special to it. I'm giving it to you, and you can take it and you can, take something from it, criticize it, or do whatever. But my hopes is that you could take something from every episode and share the episodes with your neighbor, your friends, or whomever. Share these episodes. I will leave them up for a little bit, but then I will be taking them down. But I will leave them up for a little bit. I will be removing them. I'll probably remove them I'll probably give it like 3 weeks, maybe a month. Leave them on there to make sure that everyone has downloaded. If you're able to download, I'll see if I can put the download or to listen to. But I'm gonna tell you, I put let's see, blood, sweat, and tears into this study, and I'm glad that it came out as it did. I'm really happy I got through it. I didn't think I was gonna make it, but I got through it. But anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for those who was patient with me and followed along with me. And, we took these baby steps, but we got through it. I want to thank you so much. And remember to be kind to each other. Remember, don't just look at someone's appearance when trying to be their friend or when trying to, when you're engaged with them. Just remember that story, how Jesus dealt with the Samaritan woman, and just keep that story in apply it to your everyday life when you encounter people, from, different walks of life and everything, like, even their appearance, just remember that story, how he dealt with the Samaritan woman, because we can tend to forget. We can let what's in front of us get the best of us, but not really think like, wow, let me handle this a different way. Let me talk to this person a different way. Let me engage with this person a different way. So let's remember that. Let's remember those who are different and, approach them different, befriend them. We don't have to be like them. But we can be kind, and we can, share ourselves and share our stories with them. We can engage, the way that Jesus engaged with the Samaritan woman, and he didn't judge her. And that's what's so important. We don't have to go around judging each other the way that we do. And that's for everyone, because we are all different, but we are all children of God, and we have to remember that. Every single one of us, black, white, brown, whatever, we are all children of God, and let's remember that. So with saying that, thank you guys again for joining me, and remember to listen to each and every episode. Share, and anyone is welcome to these episodes. And don't forget, if you haven't got the Stay Salt book, go out and get the Stay Salt book and add it to your library. So until the next episode, which will be topics for discussion, we'll be back. So it will be a while before I do another book study. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me. Good night.